Hey everyone, I'm trying to work on a new format here, and I'm thinking of trying to get weekly guests on my channel that we talk about different topics that they might specialize in or what they're working on. So today I have Joe Farrell on my channel from Strive for 25. I interviewed him a few months ago and we kind of just connected and we've been talking back and forth. But right now he is working on a lot of things. He just had a book come out. He's very big into helping others start multiple streams of income. But Joe, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Mark. Good to catch back up here. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is gonna. I want this to just be super relaxed and just kind of us talking story about maybe what you're working on, especially since you're in the mortgage industry. We can talk about rates and what you're seeing out there. But as I mentioned, you have a book that was just released and kind of caught me off guard. But let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really do that great of a job promoting it, unfortunately. But it's been probably 3 or 4 years that's been in my mind, and been working on it for the last couple of years, or really officially, and it's just time to get it out there. And it's a short read. But just bottom line, like kind of going back to the whole side hustle conversation and mortgage, like just bottom line, like I believe in real estate as a pathway for the everyday person to get ahead and build wealth, having that lane working for you as you're doing maybe a regular job, earning your W-2 wage. And, when all is said and done, how do you get into real estate? Well, for most people, saving money is very challenging in this current environment with inflation being so high. And I keep talking about this on my channels. Like 56% of Americans don't have more than $1,000 saved. 56%. So like over half. And like that gap between the top and the bottom, I think is widening. Everybody wants to focus on, the billionaires out there. And like when I talk about this stuff, the people who are billionaires, they don't even count. Like they're the exception to the exception to the exception to the rule. Like they're like on a different stratosphere. They're like in Pluto, and we're in Earth trying to figure things out as regular people. But there's people out there that, have built wealth and that are good enough and have income coming in that are maybe in their 40s or 50s or 60s and they're doing okay. And like you look at the stats, the majority of millionaires are built because of real estate. And maybe they bought a house 20 years ago and it's gone up in value, however many percentage, 200%, 400%, whatever. And or if you buy a couple properties and you hold them for 10, 20, 30 years and they go up in value and you pay your mortgages down, then, value is created that way. And, for somebody that's in their 20s or 30s, this is probably who this book is for. And it's, hey, how do you make savings in this environment? How do you start to save? Well, for people that I'm seeing that are getting at are people that are creating income streams on the side on top of their W-2 job. And then you can start to stockpile cash and then invest. And maybe it's real estate, maybe it's not. And then so go ahead.
What's the name of the book? I mean,
Oh, shoot. Yeah. It's how literally anyone can become a millionaire. I'm not saying that you will or want to be a millionaire or want to put the work in to do it, but if somebody wants to, there is a simple blueprint that can put you on that trajectory. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be a quantum leap to go from, hey, here I am today to being a millionaire. But there's a path to get there that I think anybody can make it that reality if they want to.
what you mean? I can't just read it and then I'm going to become a millionaire overnight?
I mean, that's a good point. If you read it every single day, maybe 5 pages every single day of a powerful book that gets you in that mind frame of looking at your vision and looking at your wealth and your goals and what makes you happy, then maybe, yeah, because that's kind of actually what the book also talks about at the end, about programming your subconscious brain to help you increase the odds of reaching your goals.
So is it more like a mindset shift book or like a how-to book?
I think it's some tangible examples of everyday people that have gone down that path and built wealth, some kind of parable type of comparison stories, some mindset shift, and then also some action items, some to do, some actual concrete action items that you can do on your own to jumpstart your path. And I don't want to give too much away, but if you literally read the book and you follow the steps in the first 30 days, you're going to see a shift. And not only your mindset, but your results are going to start to shift too.
Does the book also talk about like side hustles or entrepreneurship? Because I know you're very big on that. Like that's kind of your message is having people, building streams of income.
Yeah, it touches on that a little bit. But we didn't really want to make it too complicated. But the whole side hustle thing, that's just one example. Like if someone's in sales and, they're spending a lot of their day, you know, doing their job, maybe they're working, extra hours on their job. Well, what else can you be doing to be able to increase your skills, sharpen your skills to be able to be better, be more efficient, to increase your income, and then go on to the next. And so at the end of the day, side hustle, building a side business is just one example. But one of my favorite examples is a gentleman that's actually been on my podcast. His name's Alex Jacobs, and he's a kind of a coding software type of person. And he worked for a major company at Enterprise, and making a good salary, all this stuff. And he kind of got into some side projects of building apps for other kind of businesses and companies. And there were two different examples of going down this path of, building all this stuff out for a couple of startups, and the startups, like, it didn't work out as he envisioned, and they kind of flopped. And, most people would have kind of complained or bitched about, hey, all that time I spent and didn't work out and woe was me. And he's like, well, I mean, like, it sucked that it didn't work out as envisioned, but like at the same time, I was learning all these new skills because I was trying to, get out of my comfort zone and do more and help this company do what they needed to do. And that also made me more valuable at my day job. And I got raises because of that. It's like, now I can do the XYZ. And that propelled him to meet the person who's his current job, his current boss at his current job, and he's making even more money. So it's like, what's unique about the people who are very, very successful is that they can look at the exact same circumstances. And then somebody that's at a certain wavelength will look at it that's going to keep you or pull you back. And the other one's like, hey, this is an opportunity to get better, an opportunity to shift and maybe learn from it. I'm going to move on and get better from it. And so you start to kind of roll the clock forward of those little bitty decisions every single day. After a year, 2 years, like, those things add up into massive, massive differences in results.
So the people or your clients that come to you, do they already come with like a side hustle, side business in mind, or you are kind of helping them maybe find something to maybe head down that path?
That's a really good question. I would say that probably about 50% of the people have an idea of what they want to get into. And then when we get on a call together and go through our process, we kind of just help them kind of focus on which maybe, the better thing to spend time on, and giving that framework, et cetera, et cetera. And the other half is probably helping somebody kind of really digging deeper into, hey, I don't really know where I want to go. I don't know what my skill set does out there in the free market. Just helping them kind of go through and work with them to be able to figure out what that may be, and then give them some options. And the thing about it is that, like, you don't have to have all the answers today. Even if you go down a path and it doesn't work out and you, quote unquote, lose time, you still gain something. You still gain knowledge of, well, that didn't work. Now I can go on to the next thing. And so when you make the decision, hey, my life today is not where I want it to be in terms of envisioning the trajectory of where you're going. And, when you decide that, hey, I want a different trajectory, that's 9/10 the battle. Because if you can think like that every single day and find one little bitty thing that you can do to work on your goal, work on your business, whatever it is, and don't break the chain. You can see that in the book. Don't break the chain. Do one little bit of thing every single day. That vision, that goal, that dream will become a reality. It's just a matter of time.
I know every time I see you posting something, I feel bad if I didn't post anything yet on social media, because you're consistent at it. And I'm just like, man, I got to do something because Joe's on there. But do you like a lot of your clients, do you see them? Is it more, you would say, online, or is it
Yeah.
more, yeah, really? That's what a lot of people are, gearing towards.
Yeah. I mean, the people that are coming through our platform, it's definitely on a Zoom, on a call. And, for me personally, like, it kind of interweaves in too, because, the mortgage business that we do every single day, I mean, things have slowed down quite a bit. And so a lot of it's the same type of behaviors, a lot of the same types of conversations. And then talking to somebody who, hey, we need help to be able to kind of figure out how to generate that extra income, find the right side hustle, kind of that platform to be able to walk somebody down that path. Because the thing about it is I have several coaches, right? Like the Jordans, right? They have coaches. The best, Michael Jordan had a coach, Tim Grover, because that person is able to help push them out of their comfort zone and get to a higher level. And I'm nobody special. The people that we have that we're helping out, like, I'm nobody special. I'm just a little bit further along than that person may be at this moment in time. And helping somebody kind of, you know, you can never make somebody do something or help somebody do it exactly. But if you can create this time gap of accelerating the process of skipping some steps, that's half the battle too, is just helping somebody, figure out how to accelerate that process a little bit in terms of getting where you want to go.
I love it, man. Like I said, you're doing great stuff out there, and I'm glad I see you posting so many things. And like you said, your book caught me off guard. Like I just, you put, oh, my book is being released. So is that the same? You also posted something today about an ebook. Is that the same
Same thing.
thing? Okay.
Yeah. So the biggest thing, like I almost posted this earlier today, but I didn't get a chance to. But like I've got an ebook, I have an online course, I've got a podcast that's over 70 episodes in. I've got real estate that's going, in the right direction. Things are going. Some stuff to talk about there. I have things going, right? Like if somebody just met me and they had a conversation with me and they heard me talking about the things that I have going on, like in 5 minutes, you would think one thing, but like if you talk to me and over an hour or two, it's like, holy shit, you got a dumpster fire of shit going on in your brain, trying to accomplish too many things probably at one time. But at the end of the day, I don't have it all figured out. The revenue that I want to be able to generate with this platform, it's not where I want it to be, not anywhere close. I don't have it all figured out. I'm trying to figure it out little by little every single day. And that's the thing that I'm trying to tell the people that we talk to, is that like the bit.
Wait, are you generating revenue?
Small amount.
That's more than me.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Yeah,
like
no, yeah.
it's not much.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that can pay any bills. But you got to start somewhere. You have to have a couple things fall through, and then all of a sudden things to, pick up. And, at the end of the day, people, me included, like I'm probably the most impatient person in this world. I had to get over that. I had to figure out how to get over that, because these things don't happen overnight. They happen over months and years. And, like I was just talking to somebody today who's got a multi-million-dollar portfolio of commercial real estate. And it's like, started 12 years ago, and, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. And then like 1 year happens and they go from basically 3 times that, 4 times, 25, $35 million of growth in 1 year. Something happened. They changed their trajectory of how they're looking at things. And all of a sudden, things take off. And it's like, growth is not linear. Growth is exponential. You put the work and you put the work and you put the work, and all of a sudden, boom, the right things click into place. And so it's like, some of the people that I love to watch, Alex Hormozy, is one example. Gary Vaynerchuk, amongst a couple. And you look at their stories, like they blew up, but after years and years of no one knowing who the hell they were, like Mr. Beast, went 7 years of posting content videos on YouTube. And in that first 7 years, never had more than 1,000 views on any video. How the heck do you keep going that long without having any real success? Like, because he loved doing it, but like, that's why he's a billionaire, or going to be a multi-billionaire, because they're putting all that work in,
Yeah. 7 years is long. Hopefully I'm making something by then, but
right.
I'm having fun doing it. Like this is fun. I like talking to different people and just talking. That's kind of why I'm trying to maybe change the platform a little bit, is just kind of regular people every week, and not regular, but every week, regular guests, and just kind of talking about topics of the week. But yeah, so if somebody was to get started, would you say, if you had to pick your book, your podcast, or kind of like your social media platform, which one would you tell them you think is the best way to start?
Well, that's kind of two things, depending on someone likes to learn through reading or through audio. Like I think the simplest way to really dig in is going to be the book, because it's just outlined in a pretty, systematic way that just gets to the point, gives you concrete examples of ways that people are building wealth. And then kind of the back end of like, hey, how do you actually start to go to work on things? And, someone likes to read, cool. That's a short read. It's like 70 something pages. if somebody wanted to learn about a lot of the similar type of stuff on the podcast, I've got some of the principles outlined in on my podcast, episode 17, where I outline the stair step method, which kind of talks about somebody loosely, a real example, but the story is kind of loose in terms of the exact details of somebody making $40,000 salary with no savings and a 580 credit score, and how they built a $3 million portfolio over 8 years with only putting in $60,000 of down payment money over 4 purchases. That episode kind of just breaks down just, hey, how does the everyday person get at it? And kind of going back to that how somebody can become a millionaire. Real estate's one way to do it, and that just gives you kind of a very systematic example.
So where can people get your book? Where is it right now?
Oh yeah, so if you go to Amazon, if you just type in Joel Farrell millionaire, it probably pops up. But the title is How Literally Anyone Can Become a Millionaire. You throw it all in as Amazon or as Google, it'll pop up. And the platform on Instagram, on Apple Podcasts, all that stuff, all the podcasts, it's Strive for 25, the number 25. So Strive for the number 25. And 25 just means, hey, we're teaching people to adjust their life to save 25% of their income. And if you can do that, then you're going to have choices of how to invest.
Where do you get started, even starting a book? I mean, like a podcast, you just get a microphone, record yourself or what, but like, where do you get started for a book?
I kind of took a route where I wrote the thing. I wrote the premise of it, got it to a certain level, had a couple friends help me along the way, get it to a point. Lindsay Hardman and Elizabeth Armstrong, who've been on the podcast, have put in some work with me on that. And I got to the point where, like, I'm just too damn busy. The last 20% is going to take me too much to figure it out. So I hired a company to help me kind of finish it out, publish it, get it on, get it out there a little bit. And so I think it's really important to talk about, like, when you talk about social media and like the goal, like when I started this whole platform, 12 months ago, I literally started Instagram on July 12th of 2022, and I posted every single day since then. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Literally no idea. Same thing with podcasts. Didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I was doing something. My vision was, I'm going to go get leads. I'm going to go get leads to bring into my business for mortgage. That was my goal of trying to do this. And I learned along the way that, like, my expectations have shifted of what my goal is. And, when you talk about an ebook, I mean, I think right now it's free on Amazon. And maybe tomorrow, I think tomorrow I go on for like $3, which is like the minimum I think you can do. Maybe, I don't know. The goal is not to make money off the book. The goal is to educate, help somebody. And then at the same time, like, why do people do a book? Why do they do a podcast? You're building your brand, and, quote unquote loss leader. Like, you give something away for free. It's a transaction of, hey, I'm giving you value. Hopefully you follow along and check us out over a period of time. And then over a period of time, you do that over and over and over and over. And then things start to click in your direction where you can actually monetize things. And if you've got a course, that you want to charge for, people have built trust with you, they understand what you're trying to do. And over time, then you can kind of convert that. So, like, that was something that I had to learn. Like, okay, I want to go make money today, but that's just not how it works. Like, you have to build trust and to give value, and over and over and over. And then things turn, and you can then start to generate revenue out of it. And then things carry on.
All right. Now the big question, any chat GPT used in the book?
No. No. And, like, there's so much content out there on Instagram and TikTok, like, use this AI site and you can do this and make money. And, like,
I
haven't
meant
figured
like
that out.
any chat GPT used in the writing of the book.
No. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I wish I would have along the way.
Yeah.
I wish I would have. People are cranking out ebooks using AI, and some people are charging money for it. Like, good for them. No, I didn't. I'm kicking myself. I could have done that a long time ago.
Well, this topic one has been great. I'm glad, we could talk about your book and some side hustles, but we'll have topic two coming up on a post that you did on Facebook, Instagram, but we can talk about that a little bit more. And yeah, so we'll check it out on the next episode.